the Tom Sawyer riverboat, and we're about to go on a cruise here on the Mississippi and see all the sights here in St. Louis.
Now, folks, that's the most common question asked all the time is how deep is the river here in St. Louis? Now, folks, with a normal river stage, we have about 20 to 30 feet of water below us. Now, just so happens the last 30 hours, this river's jumped up 23, 24 feet. We're actually showing 39 feet of water underneath the boat, this spot right here. Our parking lot is underneath our dock right now. We were parking cars down here yesterday, 4 or 5 wide, and to get tourists and trucks down here that time to start to get them out of here as they're starting to flood out. Now, this was the first bridge to use cast steel in its construction. Started back in 1867. The bridge was completed up for traffic on July 4th, 1874. As you can see, we still use the bridge today. The cars and trucks now use the top levels, the horses and buggies. There's even a sidewalk, the only bridge in the downtown area you can walk across. Now, the lower level bridge is now used by a light rail system called Metrolink. These little light rail trains run from our airport in North St. Louis, about 20 miles off the east of us over in Illinois. You'll see these little trains crossing the bridge every 10 minutes or so. There's one coming across the bridge right now in front of us. Now, the freight trains no longer use the bridge, not because of its age. These rail cars have gotten bigger and bigger. They will not fit underneath this bridge anymore. So it's a perfect fit for that light rail system. Now, the second bridge out of us here is the Dr. Martin Luther King Memorial Highway Bridge. Dates back to 1952, was then called the Veterans Bridge, and then later renamed the Honor Civil Rights Leader. Now, that bridge does mark about the northernmost boundary of the original city of St. Louis. The original city consists of where the arch grounds are today, and this little piece of land off the left was between the bridges known as the Clades Landing. Now, the landing over here gives you a good snapshot of what old St. Louis looked like. All the old brick warehouses, the cobblestone streets, it's pretty much where the arch grounds looked like when the arch was built. All these old warehouses are built along the riverfront to store up the goods coming off the steamboats. This area here has been renovated into restaurant, bars, offices, and apartments. Now, folks, the good thing about having another 25 feet of water that we did yesterday there, I can actually cut between these cells and this pavilion up the side of us here and try to stay out of that driftwood over there, try to stay here in a little bit of slack of water here. Now, this pavilion off the left of us on the shore, around these three piers off the right of us here, yeah, there's a landing for the first casino on the St. Louis side of the river. There's an old riverboat called the Admiral that cruised here for years. In the 1990s, the boat was converted to a casino. Now, the boat operated at this spot till about 10 years ago. There's a place by casino halfway up the river called the Lumiere Casino. It's in that white building. Attached one of the Grand Blue Glass, which is the Four Seasons Hotel. Now, also coming to view at the very top, there is a large dome building. It's now called the Dome at America Center. It's part of our convention center. That was also home to St. Louis football Rams for 20 seasons. They moved back to LA here 6 years ago. Now, this large building off the left of us here is the Ashley Street Power Plant. Now, that was the first generating station built west of the Mississippi River. It was built back in 1902 to supply power for the 1904 World's Fair held here in St. Louis. Now, the fair was being held to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the Louisiana Purchase. The fair itself was held in Forest Park, which is about 6 miles off to the left of us. That's the same area the St. Louis Zoo and the Art Museum is today. Now, besides being the first fair to have electrical power, there were a few others. The ice cream cone, the hot dog, and iced tea were first served at that fair. Now, that plant is still under operation today. It now generates steam from the older buildings downtown. There's an 18-mile steam loop to the downtown area, supplying that steam as needed. Now, looking right out in front of the power plant, and on the other side of it's that long gray concrete wall. That's the St. Louis flood wall, stretching 11 miles along the riverfront. Now, the wall was built back in the 60s and 70s and has saved St. Louis from numerous floods since its completion. The highest flood on record here in St. Louis occurred back in 1993. The water got within 2 feet from the top of that wall. Now you gotta mention we're 22, 23 feet over normal right now. You have to have another 22 or 23 feet of water to match that 93 flood. Now, folks, another common question asked all the time is what kind of fish can you catch out here in the river? The three main fish you'd be catching out here today would be catfish, carp, and gar. Now, most of the fishing here in St. Louis is done right off the riverbank. You occasionally catch a fishing boat or two out here. You may also notice you don't see any recreational craft, and there's three main reasons for that. First of all, generally speaking, the river's a bit skinnier here than the harbor of St. Louis was above and below us. We've got a pretty good current run through today, about 4.5 miles an hour, and you have towboats going up and down the river. Not the best place to have your motorboat. Now, you're still allowed to do it. They come by once in a while. We have canoes and kayaks that come by as well. But most people in this area here go about 20 miles up to the north of us. The location known as Alton, Illinois. Up there in Alton, the river's dammed off, so above the dam it's quite a bit wider. You have places you can take your boat where you won't get in the way. The dam also helps hold back the current. Now, this bridge right out in front of us here is the Interstate 70 Highway Bridge. Now, Interstate 70 had run on a bridge further south in our harbor for many years. It was getting quite congested. They built this new bridge here to help ease that congestion. You baseball fans might recognize the official name of the bridge. It's a Musial Veterans Memorial Bridge, finished off in 2014. It's a cable stay bridge. There's 1,500 feet of clearance between the piers. They're 400 feet tall, and all those cables help support it opening.